Hi, everyone. I am Hartson Moss. I'm an innovation associate with SageSure, and I'd love to welcome you to another episode of SageAdvice, a series where we ask our exceptional leaders about their path to success and get valuable advice on building a lasting career in insurance. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Leeann Manalla, SageSure's Senior Sales Manager in Louisiana. With a natural ability to connect quickly and meaningfully with producer partners and her colleagues, she has forged lasting relationships in Louisiana and beyond. Hi, Leeann. You and I are both from Louisiana. What sort of Louisiana or Mardi Gras traditions you might have or celebrate?
Oh my goodness, Mardi Gras is huge in my family. In fact, just recently, myself, along with my husband and my two children, and their significant others, we all ride in the Pygmalion Parade. So we all enjoy that tradition together. I have since recruited some SageSure employees as well, and they've enjoyed a good time understanding the traditions of Mardi Gras, throwing the beads and the doubloons and the moon pies and all the good things, the glitter, the gold, everything that makes Mardi Gras so fabulous.
That actually leads into a question I had for you. In your position, relationships are everything. So I guess if you could just talk about the importance of building, connections and being there for people.
Insurance is absolutely a relationship business. I'm often asked, what is the secret sauce in Louisiana that makes us so successful? It is no question the relationships that I've made throughout my career at SageSure. Policies change, markets change, companies even change, but relationships endure. So throughout my career, I've found people remember who answers the phone, who shows up, who helped them through the difficult times, who was honest even when the news wasn't so great. One of the most rewarding parts of my career has been helping others get started in the career, because I believe we all have a responsibility to open doors for the next generation. And because somebody did that for me, and I believe it's important to pay it forward. And that's all through relationship building.
Would you say that, relationship building, obviously it's a skill of yours. Would you say it's the reason why, or one of the big reasons why you got into insurance in the first place?
100%. Now, like many people, I didn't grow up planning to work in the insurance industry, but what kept me in the business and what motivated me maybe to move forward in my career was learning that it is a relationship business. Over the years, I've enjoyed building relationship with independent agents. I've enjoyed helping them grow their business. Sage sure appealed to me because of its culture here, their willingness to be innovative, especially in the challenging coastal markets. We appealed to those risks. But looking back, I probably didn't expect this as a career path, Hartson, honestly. But it's given me opportunities to meet great people, to solve problems, and continue to learn every day about insurance.
What's one thing that you wish you would have known entering the industry?
I think it's never to stop learning. Insurance is constantly changing. We have new products, new regulations, obviously technology with AI and all the crazy things, and the risk itself. I think the best professionals are lifelong students, and every client and every claim teaches you something. So the day you think you know everything about insurance is the day you stop growing.
Yeah.
So never stop learning would be the one thing I wish I understood earlier, learning more earlier, but I understand that now.
You know a little bit about my position at SageSure as an innovation associate. I think that's a great opportunity that I and others have to, experience SageSure's business across many of its functions. What are some things that we should actively try and pursue as we're rotating?
Well, first of all, I would say, as we started off this conversation, that insurance is a relationship
Yes.
business. So products matter, but people matter more. Clients often, they don't remember every policy detail, but I think they do remember how you made them feel. So I think trust is earned over time through honesty, consistency, and follow through. I would think my best advice to give you is your reputation will become one of your greatest professional assets, for sure.
That's a great quote right there. I think one thing I'd be curious to know is what's the best piece of feedback that you've ever received?
Probably that success doesn't happen overnight. You know, there will be rejection, there will be difficult conversations. Every successful insurance professional has experienced setbacks. So I think the best piece of advice would be don't measure your career in weeks or months, but measure it in years.
Is there a specific habit that you think you've developed that has made you successful?
Communication, you know, not just presenting, listening, big, explaining difficult situations honestly, having difficult situations with agencies with empathy, managing expectations before they become problems, you know, trying to understand those first. In insurance, communication can solve problems before they become crisis, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, so just keeping those lines of communication open has been a skill I guess I had to learn.
You mentioned how our industry is always evolving. What are some things that you've noticed um, in the last few years that were surprising to you in the industry?
Well, nothing really has surprised me because I've been around a while and I've seen the cyclical cycle of the craziness with insurance. Like Louisiana agencies, they've dealt with an incredible amount of
Yeah.
change over the last several years. So, with capacity tightening and carriers exiting, underwriting becoming more restrictive, if you will, clients are frustrated with rising premiums. Like I've been through all that cyclical stage. So I think with SageSure, my role to my agents would be more to be more of a resource, not a salesperson. But I like to spend more time educating my agencies, right, on our underwriting changes, and I like to help them identify opportunities that they might be overlooking. I like to communicate proactively so there are no surprises. I try to be accessible whenever I can be because during difficult markets, partners, they don't need products, they need someone they can trust and
Right.
call and count on. So I think SageSure has one of the strongest opportunities for these agencies because we do build our risk on the coastal market and we do bring them capacity and we do listen to their voices. I also believe that all the innovative products that SageSure is bringing to the market is also helping our agencies trust in us with the ability for them to bring more opportunity to write business with us.
Yeah.
So I think staying adaptable and continuing to focus on just servicing them is big.
With that in mind, I'm curious what makes someone stand out to you as a leader?
Oh, easy. A leader makes other people better. They listen before speaking. They take responsibility. They give the credit to others. And I think the biggest thing is that they stay calm when things get difficult. So to me, titles don't make leaders. The way they treat people, that's what makes leaders.
I feel like where we met, of course, was at Hogs for the Cause, which, for those who don't know, it's a music and barbecue festival to fundraise for families fighting pediatric brain cancer.
Amazing.
So that's where we met. SageSure has become a big part of our team, Team Florida Q. And this year, I think, was the first year where we introduced the SageSure Stairway to Heaven, which is, just the stairway
So good.
up to our second floor of our booth. That was, fully SageSure branded. What would you say about the Hogs for the Cause experience?
I can't say anything but great things about Hogs for the Cause experience. Again, it's relationships and helping others and helping these poor families that go through such heartache, watching their children go through pediatric brain cancer. Like, it's so heartwarming to see so many people in our industry, and it's a friendly competition, right, Hartson? And
Mostly
everybody's
friendly.
trying to raise. Always friendly, always friendly. It's an amazing opportunity. And honestly, I don't know that there's any other state that does it quite like we do. If you haven't experienced it, you need to come down to New Orleans. We'll show you a good time while helping our babies and their families. Insurance, yeah, it's about policies and protecting families and businesses and dreams. But, when you start getting that real relationship and that professional integrity, curiosity, the genuine desire to help people, you'll build a career that you're proud of. It's easy, really.
All right, Leeann, thank you so much for taking the time. And I'm signing off with Sage Advice.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It was fun.